right. I think we're live. I think we are live. Let me just go check real quick. We might not be. We might not be. This might be a hold on. Oh, we are live. All right, cool. Just wanted to check. Welcome back to another live stream. Oh, I get so excited for these. I'm sorry. I get really excited to do live streams. I love doing them because I really like. Unsolicited is not the word I'm looking for, but it's a word that came to mind. It doesn't fit this, but still, we have 7 viewers. Little Piggy's already oinking in the chat. I really hope that's not like a sex account. I really hope not. But anyways, welcome back to the live stream. I am your host, Ben Holkman, and today we're going to, of course, be talking about the Premier League. And I was going to do it at 7:30. I was going to do it. What's up, Cubed? I'm an idiot. I'm exhausted. I've only had 3 hours of sleep. I'm worried on 3 hours of sleep, a Pop-Tart, and a really cold shower. What's up, Lucas? So in this, we're just going to be talking about Premier League, man. We're going to be talking about everything that's been happening, what's kind of going on. I didn't do a predictions video because I knew that I was going to go live stream. So that was kind of what I was thinking that we'll do at least now. So let's talk about United Leeds. I think we have to talk about United Leeds. I was going to actually do a live stream to that game, but that game was on at 7:30, and I tried, guys, but my alarm didn't go off, so I was woken up at 7:40 by someone, and they're like, "Hey, do you still want to go live?" I was like, "I'll do it later." But yeah, United Leeds 5-1. 5-1. Even Fred scored. What's up, Noah? Even Fred scored. United looks so dominant. And I think the one thing, again, you have to look at, you can drive a steamboat through the midfield. But besides that, I think realistically, United have looked very good. Like, United have looked very good in that game. You know, we were talking, there was talk about, preseason not really mattering and all that kind of stuff. But you see, when they have a preseason, it's a very good tune-up. You know, Solskjaer talked about the importance of getting off on the right foot and getting off to a hot start rather than what happened last year. And I think that's exactly what Solskjaer did. That's not bias right over there. That scarf, no. But yes, I'm a United fan. But I think with that being said, I do think that what United did do this game was incredibly exciting, because not only did you see Pogba more freed up in that space once he moved to the center, because it looked like he was starting off kind of on the left, something that I would say he's been doing a lot for some reason. I think that Solskjaer for some reason sees Pogba on the left a lot more. I don't know why, but he kind of, and then once that tactical change moved him centrally, he just took over the midfield. I mean, it's hard for me to say that when Bruno scores a hat-trick, but Bruno was more of the guy that was making those runs into the box, that was trying to get, that was trying to score, that was trying to do all that kind of stuff. And it was really exciting to see that as a United fan. And that's exactly what you want from Paul Pogba. You know, and that's why when people are very hesitant to say, okay, just let him leave, that's why. He's the 7th player of all time. He's the 7th player in recorded history to secure 4 assists in a game, and he's, I think, the first United player to do it. And it's telling how amazing he is. I think a lot of people also want to look at, oh, well, is it really worth it to spend 350K? I get it. Look, we still want to move on a guy like David De Gea, who's on 350K. Whatever, I understand, but I think there is somewhat of a worth to it. The only reason why I was saying, okay, sell, was just because it seemed like there's nothing that is going to resolve this issue. Hold on, I'm gonna get something for the socials real quick. Sorry, just in case I need to promote this. But with that being said, I do think that United looked incredible. Of course, you have to talk about my man Bruno Fernandes. He's looked unbelievable. I'll be honest. I think he wants this. Like, you talk about players that just really want it. He wants it this year, and I think it's really obvious to see that. He didn't have the best of Euros. He was one of the most. Like, it was very unencouraging to see. Excuse me, sorry. It was very unencouraging to see how kind of out of it he seemed, but it was known. I mean, the dude's tired. I mean, he had many back injuries for basically carrying United for the past couple of years. So for the past couple of years, ever since he got there. But yeah, with that being said, I think United did incredibly well, and I think that United moving forward needs to look at the midfield and say, okay, what are we going to do? Because they played McFred because they needed energy. You can't play Matic in a game against Leeds. That they're just going to run. They're going to try and outrun you. They're going to try and just outplay you, and I don't think you can do that. However, I will say, I think tactically Solskjaer is always on point when it comes to Leeds. When it comes to a lot of other things, a lot of other teams, but I don't know what else to say about this. I thought Lindelof played well. It's kind of sad. I mean, the one thing I will have to say is that his long range passing might just be a little better than Varane's. But besides that, Rafael Varane is more than 3 times a player, in my opinion, than Lindelof is. I like Lindelof; he's solid, but Rafael Varane is world class. Bruno, of course, played well. He's been able to find those spaces, and I think that was something that Greenwood you're seeing starting to do, and that's exactly what I believe Cavani was showing him how to do. Greenwood, I thought, also had a good game. He looked incredibly on it, and I think that's why, if you remember, at the end of last season, he was very tired. I mean, everyone said it. Even he said it. Sorry, I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna drink some water right now. Sorry, that was refreshing. Evan, I'm gonna have to remove that. I'm just gonna remove that. Yeah. Can't have people talking about felons in this. But no. Look, with that being said, I will have to say, I thought United played well. Pogba, another one. I mean, you want to talk about that McFred midfield? I thought, even though Fred scored, I thought McTominay looked incredible. I mean, he. I remember watching the Villarreal game in the Europa League final, and I remember looking. I was like, he's covering every blade of grass. Like he's played incredibly well. He's looked very sharp, and I think that's exactly what he needs to do. With that being said, we do have a couple of other things to talk about. If we look, we also have 6 games today. 5 games that I know I'll at least be covering right now. What's up, Victor? So with that being said, let's just run through them. Leicester City versus Wolves. I'm very excited about this Leicester City team. It doesn't look like they're going to be starting Patson Daka, even though I would love to see him. Like, to me, I think he's heir apparent to Jamie Vardy. I mean, that dude just bags goals for fun. With that being said, I do think Leicester are going to win it. They're going to always be, because I think they're going to be in the contention for the top 4. I think they're going to be in contention for top 6. And I genuinely do think that that's going to, I genuinely do think that they're going to win it because of that. And because of just the tactical brilliance, not brilliance, but the tactical astuteness of a guy like Brendan Rodgers over a guy like Lage. I know. I know the coach. Is it Lage? I think it's probably Lage. So yeah. Moving on from that, I said Leicester City going to win that one, and then moving on from that, we have Chelsea, Crystal Palace. I'd be stunned if Crystal Palace won this. I mean, everyone would be stunned if Crystal Palace won this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Chelsea here. I mean, look, they're gonna challenge. I'm low key surprised. I mean, he's not even in the squad. It doesn't look like. I'm low key surprised that what's his name they just signed him, Romelu Lukaku. Romelu Lukaku isn't even in the squad here. I mean, I guess it was a late signing, but it is still arguably the 3rd or 4th best striker in the world. Well, at least one of the. It has to be at least be in the top 10. At least be in the top 10. Like that is a low number. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be very tough for Crystal Palace. I do think Patrick Vieira can lift that team. I don't think he will. I'll be honest, because at least with their own manager, they were able to get some sort of consistency. They'll always finish 15th. They'll flirt with relegation, but they'll never really get there. And I think that's with Roy Hodgson. I think that's exactly what you're not going to see with Patrick Vieira. I think Patrick Vieira is going to try and come out and prove something, and I don't really know if that's going to really help. I don't really know if that's going to really help the chances of Crystal Palace staying up. Yeah, but then moving on, we got Watford, Crystal Palace, Watford, Aston Villa. Sorry, I'm gonna have to go. You know what? I'm gonna say this is a draw because I don't believe in Aston Villa as much as other people do. I'll be honest. Not that I don't like them. I think they made some great signings. My problem with it is that I'm looking at this midfield. Buendia is not going to, and I actually called this. My brother's in the chat. I actually called this. The midfield. Actually, no, I can't even share the screen because I'm not on Zoom because I don't have a good account because I got kicked off of my school account. Yeah, high school ended, so I can't really use it. Yeah, so Buendia. To me, Buendia playing as the attacking midfielder is exactly what I thought they would do and put El Ghazi on the right. Young at left mid, I get it. I mean, he's Premier League proven. You're coming to United fan, like, yeah, he is Premier League proven. Is he good? I don't know. Dean Smith as the coach. I mean, he's good. Don't get me wrong. He is pretty good. But I'm gonna have a really hard time saying this dude's name. I'm gonna say it's Xisco. I'm pretty sure it's Xisco. Xisco, I think, has shown a lot with Watford. Sadly, we don't have the cycling GK in chat. What's in the game? Is he? He's not even on the. Oh wait. Oh, he is. He's on the bench. Ben Foster. What's up, Sutton? My friend, I'm not gonna pronounce that last name. I'm sorry. I'm glad you joined the chat. I'm glad you're joining. Glad you're watching. But yeah, that's gonna have to be a no for me, my friend. I'm not gonna. Hope you have a good Saturday though. So yeah. But yeah, I think actually this is a draw because I think Aston Villa is not going to be able to get the creativity that they want. I could be wrong. I think it's either Aston Villa win or a draw, but I'm leaning towards draw because I think Watford has something to prove, and because of just how horribly they went down last time when they sacked their manager like 3 games left. The one thing I will say about thank you, Sutton. One thing I will say about Raul Jimenez, about Wolves, is Raul Jimenez is back, and I think that's unbelievable. You know, he suffered a horrible injury. They're just showing it on the screen. That's why I'm saying it. But hopefully he gets back to his goal scoring best. He was one of the I don't know about exciting, but he was one of the kind of main guys to watch when it came to looking at Wolves and all that kind of stuff. And it was really nice. It was really nice to see that. But yeah, so Watford, Aston Villa. I'm gonna go either Aston Villa win or a draw. I know I'm picking 2 out of the 3, but I'm leaning towards draw. I'll you know what? Let me write this down. Yeah, never mind. Everton, Southampton. I think Southampton are gonna struggle with relegation. I know that's not a hot take, but they just lost Danny Ings. They didn't really replace him with anything. I know they have some Premier League guys in that team, but they also lost. Excuse me, Jesus, Yannick Vestergaard. They also, I mean, they didn't really replace him. I think really their best player by a huge margin is James Ward-Prowse, arguably the best free kick taker in the league. I'd even argue he is. Like, I mean, I don't know if there's anyone that is as consistent as he is, but I really do believe that Everton with Rafa Benitez, which we'll get into in a little bit, just I don't want to waste my topics. Yeah, Everton is going to win. I do like that signing with Rafa Benitez, by the way, but I'm just gonna kind of just keep going. Even though they did get Andros Townsend, and that wasn't really a big thing. It still is sort of a big thing. Like I'm not gonna disagree with that. The next will be Burnley versus Brighton. I'm gonna say that's a draw. I would say I think either Burnley get it or it's a draw, but I'm gonna have to say draw. That just sounds like that literally is like hipsters for football versus the old English put everyone back behind the ball, don't defend, like Brexit FC style of playing. And I think it's hilarious that those two get to play at least twice a year. So yeah, I would have to say that's a draw. To me, that just sounds like a very boring game. It really, really, truly is. Hopefully, they don't show it on my TV. So yeah, after that we have Norwich versus Liverpool. Norwich again, a team I think is going to struggle with relegation. Milot Rashica was a very good pickup. Don't get me wrong. Today at 12:30. Sorry, today at 12:30. I don't know if we're going to be covering that, but yeah, it was a very astute pickup. But I don't know if I really he struggled. He struggled his last game, and I think a lot of people were like, oh well, he was just. Sorry, I'm just watching a car doing jump rope. I don't know if this is the same in England, but the commercials in America are so weird sometimes. I've never gotten where they've gotten some of these ideas. Making a car do jump rope and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I know we're not, we just lost some people, so I'm going to stop talking about that and start talking about the rest of the games. I don't know. That just came to mind when I was watching. But yeah, Newcastle versus West Ham. I'm going to say Newcastle. I think the signing of Joe Willock is actually, wait, hold on. Let me look at the. Oh, wait, that's tomorrow. Sorry, tomorrow at 9. I'm going to say Newcastle. I'm leaning towards it just because West Ham did lose Jesse Lingard. There are not many people that I think can really take that spot in West Ham's lineup. I do like what David Moyes is doing, and that really hurt to say, but. Yeah, I would have to say West Ham here. I'd have to say Newcastle here. I think it's either going to be a draw, Newcastle wins, maybe because I love the True Joy show too much. And then the final game, of course, is Tottenham versus Man City. This is a Man City win. This is a Man City win. If Tottenham go out guns blazing and win this game, I'd be very surprised. And I think hopefully that'll set a tone for the league that Man City aren't going to be as good as everyone thinks they're going to be, but I highly doubt that. I really, you know what I mean? Like, I highly doubt that, but let's see. But yeah, I mean, that was it. That was it for all the games. God, it's so weird that Premier League's back. Like, I love it. Thank God Premier League's back, but it didn't feel like that long of a time. I guess because the Euros. And speaking of the Euros, I don't understand why people go out and buy. I know. Hold on. Harold from Norwich. I'm not an idiot, Brendan. You're not going to catch me out on this. You're not going to I'm not. If I don't recognize it, even if it's real, I'm not even going to say it. So, I'm sorry. That's just not going to happen. But yeah, I mean, if we want to talk about it, what I've always said about the transfers is that there should never be people buying players because of a tournament. Like, in my opinion, it has to come from league. Because when all is said and done, you can't really judge and you can't really notice someone on. Brandon, stop it. I will kick you out. I mean, I can't, but I will kick you out. Yeah. With that being said, I do think that you watch like Dumfries getting picked up and all that kind of stuff, and I'm like, okay, yeah, they're good players, but I mean, you can't really judge off a tournament. You really can't judge a guy's consistency off a tournament. Like, we're not saying Luke Shaw is the best left back in the league because of the tournament, even though he had an amazing tournament. We're saying that because they have a tifo they have a giant banner for Pickford as number one goalkeeper. Why? My man is I'm getting really tired of deleting your stuff, Brandon. Like, really, stop. But yeah, they had a giant banner that said Jordan Pickford, number one goalkeeper. I was like, really? Like, is that how low you're gonna stoop? I get it, he was expensive, but still, like, yeah, no, I don't know. That's just me. But yeah, let's talk about one of the bigger storylines of the Premier League. Also, if you have any questions, if you have any hot takes, put them in the chat. I would love to hear from you guys. No, I'm not going to respond. So, my brother, or as you know him, Brandon, is being an idiot. I mean, we've seen his takes. He's usually an idiot, but still. I mean, I'm deleting like all of his. Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm just gonna get it away out of my head. So Rafa Benitez. There was a lot of kind of talk. I think I wasn't one of the main people. I was one of the people that was saying that Rafa Benitez has to go to Arsenal. We'll talk about Arsenal a little bit because they're not going to get off the hook in this one. He has to go to Arsenal. He has to go and fix that, and he has to do that, and he has to do that. And I think there was a lot of expectation of him going to Arsenal and fixing the problem and all that kind of stuff. And it was really exciting. It was really, that prospect of him going to Arsenal to me was really exciting, even as a United fan, because of just how much more interesting that would have been to watch. But then again, he chose the right choice. I mean, he went to Everton, a team that I think, in my opinion, on paper is better than not even on paper, like in real life, is better than Arsenal. I think that if you look at how everything's going to go, I think Arsenal are a team that has hold on. I need to get back my coverage because they just kicked me out. Sorry. I think Arsenal are a team that are going to have to go through a rebuilding process. They're buying a lot of, for some reason, ever since they're buying a lot of old players, they weren't buying a lot of players that were going to really help out the team and all that kind of stuff. And it was very sad to watch. I mean, it was great to watch, I'll be honest, but it was somewhat sad to see that a team that was so important in the Premier League era that's kind of fallen by the wayside. But this is what happens. You get what you want. And you wanted Arsene Wenger out. You didn't realize that. We didn't realize the amount of stuff that he did. This is what happens. This is what happens. It's called payback. The same thing happened with Alex Ferguson. So, sorry, going on a little rant there. I would have to say that the Rafa Benitez signing to Everton, I think, was signing. The Rafa Benitez appointment to Everton was very good, and it was very. I don't know if it was like unknown, but it was very, like, at least. I don't know how to explain. Like, it's a very astute signing. Like, they just lost Carlo Ancelotti to Real Madrid. They just lost, and they're kind of in limbo with a guy like James Rodriguez, who was one of their better players last year. It's a great signing. It's a proven manager in a league that he basically in a league that he made his reputation in. To me, I think that looks incredible. I think that's an incredible. It's again incredibly astute pickup by Everton. It is an incredibly astute pickup, and I think Rafa Benitez is going to succeed. I believe some of the games are kicked off. I'm trying to go get them, but that's turning out to be a little harder to do because NBC Sports Live is not showing any of them, not showing their coverage of any of them. You know what they need? Okay, I know this is a bit off topic, but they need sorry, I'll 3 hours of sleep. They need a system. I know they have this in England. Like I'm more than sure they have this in England, where it's kind of like red zone. If you're into anything in NFL, there it's kind of like red zone. They need that here, but with football, like they desperately need something like that here because I think that's a great idea. Because look, how many wannabe pundits want to be like? I would do it. I have no idea what Burnley versus Brighton. Go, wow, Burnley have already scored. Yeah. Oh wow, Burnley have already scored 3 minutes in. Tarkowski. Wow, that's what? Fair enough. Let's see if this works. But I mean, look, it's. I told you. I think it's either gonna be a Burnley draw or I think it's gonna be a draw, Burnley win, because I don't think Brighton did enough to justify at least comfort in the Premier League. Look, Graham Potter's a good manager, whatever you want to talk about it, but he doesn't have the squad to do what he wants to do with. I mean, he just lost Ben White for more money than Rafael Varane. Arsenal. But still, I don't know. To me, that's how I look at it. I think number one, there should have been no reason as to why. Excuse me. There should have been no reason as to why they haven't gone out and tried to replace him. There should be no reason as to why they haven't been able to at least back him a little bit, because he's been able to make very astute pickups and signings, and he's been able to find a kind of fine talent. He's got a guy like Lamptey, Bissouma, Ben White. I mean, all these guys. He's been able to do that. I think there should be a reason as to. Excuse me. I think there should be a clear-cut reason as to why this happened. Excuse me. I'm sorry. This is very very all over the place right now. I thought NBC Sports was gonna have this. I'm trying to get it on another thing. Let me just set this up. But besides that, I will say that I mean that's surprising. I didn't expect that to happen. I'll be honest with Burnley, because who expects Burnley to score like in the second minute? They literally scored probably off a kickoff. Like I was like, I'll be honest. That's why I looked and I was very stunned. Like no one expects that. Sorry, trying to figure this out. But yeah, I mean everything sort of is kicked off by now, except for the Liverpool, West Ham, and Man City games, because that's later today and tomorrow. But let's talk about Arsenal, because I think I've been putting that subject off for a little bit too long. I have to kind of go in. So Arsenal have made some signings this summer. I don't know why I said that, but Arsenal, like, I don't know why I said it like that. I think they got Lokonga, Ben White. They kept Smith Rowe, and I know they made a left back. I can't remember his name. I really like. That's Cedric. Nuno Tavares. That's the one. I'm looking at all of this. Number one, is Lacazette and Aubameyang must be injured, because they're not even in the squad. Yeah, they're not. I'm looking at this. They're not even in the squad, or are they just getting shunned out? Sorry, it lagged out for a second. Okay, so besides that, you're playing a younger squad. That's fine. That's exactly what we've been saying you should do. And then you go on, and Brentford haven't been in the league since the 40s. Brentford haven't been in the league since a couple years after World War II. You can't have that happen. You really can't have that happen. Like it is actually sort of sad. I'm not gonna lie. Like, but I don't know. That's, in my opinion, it is incredibly sad to see that happen. Yeah, I mean, look, it's a comeback to earth for Arsenal fans. This isn't the manager you want. I think you tried pulling a Solskjaer, because at least Solskjaer, what he did, if you want to criticize him tactically, and I'll defend him to the hill, but I think Solskjaer at least was. Did Taylor Swift go too far? I know France did. So I think Solskjaer at least was able to kind of retract. Was able to take out all the deadwood, take out all the stuff, and turn around and make a very good squad. And yes, he was also backed, and that's fine. And Arsenal haven't been properly backed in a while, and that's, again, totally fine. But I don't know. That's how I feel about it. You can't make the same, Arteta's good, Arteta's good, Arteta's good. You lost 2-0 to Brentford. Like, a lot of teams are picking this team to go down, man. Like, I really, I don't know. I that's how I see it. Like, you can't look at Brentford, you can't look at Arsenal and say that this is the same team, because there's no way it is. Like, there's just no way it is. It is a shell of its former self. No goal. Okay, again, still shocked that out of all the games that have been happening, Burnley's the first one to score. Am I the only one? I might be the only one that's shocked by that, but I don't know. With Arsenal, I will have to say at least they're playing a younger squad. At least at least they're playing a younger squad with the likes of Emil Smith Rowe. Is it Emil Smith Rowe? Is it? Hold on. Yeah, okay, it's Emil. Emil Smith Rowe. You got guys like not going to be able to pronounce this one right. I'm sorry, my friend. Balogun. Balogun is 20 years old. American, I think. Excuse me. Martin. Oh, Jesus. Excuse me. Hold on. Sorry for that. I'm going to drink some water. They got Saka coming off the bench. They got Tavares, Kieran Tierney. He's 24. No, he's not 24. Jesus, he's older than I thought he was. He's like a good 2-3 years older than I thought he would be. But damn, I mean that's what happens when you're around FIFA that long. Like when you're a prospect in FIFA, the career mode team, the career mode team follows you. Oh wait, hold on. I believe it looks like we're actually gonna be able to get something. Everton versus Southampton, I would take it. I've been complimenting Everton on their astute manager pick with Rafael Benitez. Hopefully, if we can get that, I'll be really excited. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not expecting a lot of drama the first day. Like we already got a 5-1. We got Brentford. Actually, I mean, oh, look. I am a genius. Watford are winning. Bonaventura. I am a genius. I told you. Aston Villa are going to struggle creatively. I'm telling you. It was funny in the back of my mind when Bruno scored that first goal. I was like, you think in the back of my mind, I was like, I don't know if Bruno will ever get a hat trick for United. and then look what happened. Bro, I'm telling you. My predictions, like my wild predictions, usually come true. My regular predictions are very, I wouldn't say hit or miss, but my regular predictions are very. I have a decent track record. My wild predictions, the Russell Wilson one, I know I always go back to that one because that was insane. I said Russell Wilson won't be good, and all of a sudden half the season in, everyone was like, "Oh, what do you mean you can't? What do you mean? What do you mean?" And then the second half of the season, he was terrible. Again, big brain. But yeah, I'm sorry. I guess I got very excited when I saw that. But yeah. Look, that's why I'm looking at Aston Villa, because a lot of people want to look at all the signings that they made and say, "Wow, look at the great business." And I agree. Leon Bailey to me is an unbelievable signing for 30 million. I mean, this dude was getting touted a year and a half ago, or like without COVID, for 60 million. Like he really was, and it's very exciting to see that he's been picked up by a club. Of course, I would love to see it, maybe a bigger club, but Aston Villa are good enough. The thing is the lack of creativity, because if you remember when Jack Grealish wasn't in that side, even though he was, for all the criticism that you want to give him, when he was not in that side struggled creatively. They couldn't get anything going, and I think that was something that you have to take into account when talking about Aston Villa, at least this season. Sure, you can get all the great signings in the world, and Danny Ings and Charlie Watkins, all that. Charlie Watkins was a signing last year, but you're gonna get all these great guys. But if you have no creativity and you have no way to consistently get your point across and consistently actually consistently do well, I don't think you can succeed. I mean, remember when United were struggling to get stuff creatively because it was easy to figure out what they were doing. Pogba, Rashford. Pogba to Rashford. If you cut off supply from Pogba, you wouldn't get anything there. and then you get Bruno in, then you get Sancho in, and then you get all this kind of other people that creatively are able to come out and be the difference. And I think that's what you want to see. Moving on from that, we have no goals still, 14 minutes in. That's fine. We are actually getting a live stream. Everton versus Southampton. It's not the game I would, actually, no, I would love to watch that game because I want to see Rafa Benitez team in the Premier League. As much as I hated, as much as I despise Liverpool, as much as I despise everything to do about him, I always kind of had a soft spot for Rafa Benitez because of how Real Madrid treated him. Because Real Madrid are a poorly run club when it comes to its executive, but that's just my opinion. So yeah, let's. I don't know. I'm really excited. This is the first time I've been really excited about the Premier League coming back in a while. Again, my team's United, so of course I'm going to be excited. But yeah, very fun, very 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 fun right now. Hi, Lightning. Like, oh, I was trying to read that like a name, like an actual like name. I was like, is that you pronounce? It's like Lightning. Like I was like trying to actually pronounce it as a name, but Lightning Production, what's up? Drop a like if you like this. I know it's sort of all over the place. Again, running on 3 hours of sleep. Like I'm not running on much right now, so this is what's keeping me up. James Ward-Prowse. Again, I think Southampton are just gonna have to struggle. I mean, remember when they okay? Cast your mind back to when Everton signed Allen. Remember when they did that and everyone went insane? Like they were like, "Oh my god, look at the midfield they have!" Like, yeah, I mean, you're like, for some reason, Allen was like the signing that was going to tip them over. It wasn't, by the way, just a foreshadow. I'm gonna try and change something really quick with the setup. Boom. I look like I look like Vanilla Jesus. All right, cool. Yeah. So moving on, I'm gonna just we can talk about Lionel Messi. I don't know. We can talk about Lionel Messi, and if you want to. The one thing I'll say, because we already made a video about it, go check it out after this live stream. The one thing I'll say about Messi is that I didn't say, I should say, but the one thing I didn't say about him that I kind of thought was like, if there is any sort of way that you can signify the death of any sort of financial fair play, it's this. The dude signed on $104 million over 2 years. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it is unbelievable. Like, you can't like at any point, you can't look at that and be like, oh man, that's fair. I get it. They got 4 guys on free, but there's no like free is in quotation marks. Transferred free. The wage not free. Not free at all. Like a lot of money. I think if that signifies anything, it signifies sort of the death of any sort of financial fair play rule, because it's not fair. It really isn't. But yeah, you know what? I was gonna try and get into some transfer talk, just a live reaction. I'm not really into sort of speaking about transfers like that because you always want to speak on the sort of like potential for transfers and all that kind of stuff, and then you realize the potential for transfers are very different. I mean, again, United fan here, talking about how many times we've been linked to a Ronaldo return, Gareth Bale. Who else have we been linked to a lot? I can't remember. We're linked to Ramos and Varane a lot. So we got one of them. We were supposed to get the other. Oh, there seems to be a break in the Southampton game, and it was just a horrible end of pass. But who was that? 28. He made a great run. I want to shout him out here. Hold on. Number 28. There's no 28. So can't chat you out, buddy. I'm sorry. So it's I'm just going off ESPN. Let's go off top story. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang could yet leave Arsenal this summer, with reports claiming that Gunners will consider an offer for the star striker. Who wouldn't consider an offer for a guy that's been terrible for ever since he signed his contract extension? The Times writes that the club could offload their highest earning player, with Mikel Arteta unsatisfied with the striker's scoring form. The Gabon international has already missed a number of chances during the preseason, and after scoring just 10 goals in 29 Premier League appearances during last season's campaign, Arsenal are becoming concerned with the forward's return. The 32-year-old currently earns $250K a week in a deal with $13 million a year, making it difficult to find potential suitors for the former Borussia Dortmund player. Aubameyang did not travel with the squad to watch them. I'm sorry. It looks like I'm in heaven right now. I'm sorry. Again, this is the best setup I could really find. For the Gunners, opening day 2-0 defeat against Brentford due to illness. Take it as you will. I mean, you have to let him go. I mean, it's not rocket surgery. It's not rocket surgery or brain science. You have to try and find some suitor for him, whether it is in China, whether it is in the Middle East or something. There is going to be a club that's going to want to get him. Because Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, as much as his reputation has sort of taken a hit, he sells shirts. I mean, it's not the only person that does, but he sells shirts, and I think that's exactly what you want to see from that. And with Aubameyang, I really like. I don't think that he can do anything more with Arsenal. And I don't think Arsenal can do anything more with him. They tried him on the left. They tried him as a striker. They tried him in so many different ways. I think they both need just a split from each other. It's that obvious. And I'm just trying to think of potential suitors. No top club will take them. Big opportunity missed by Everton there off a set piece. Sorry. I'm trying to switch back into just live reaction to this and then speaking. But in my opinion, I think that's what you have to look at. You know, there's no – okay, so you look at – okay, Barcelona can't afford anyone. That's fine. Real Madrid won't take him because why would they need him? I mean, their striker, yes, is older, but is also a lot better than Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Okay, you look at that. Atletico Madrid don't need him, and also need to sell. And then you look, probably won't stay in the Premier League, so that's out of the equation. And then you look after that. Okay, all right, Germany, Dortmund aren't going to want him. Dortmund are a selling club, and he has a horrible reputation with Dortmund. With that being said, Bayern Munich won't want him. I think maybe even Bayer Leverkusen might take him just because it's more firepower. But you know, I don't think that'll happen. And then I don't know if they can afford that. That's another thing. And Italy, Juventus aren't going to buy him. There's no reason for Juventus to buy him. They have a lot better attacking options moving forward anyways. Milan clubs can't buy anything. Napoli can't buy anything. Don't need him really. I can keep going. I really who else can I look at? Like, so Napoli, so Germany already did, England already did, Italy already did, Spain already did, France. Maybe there's a team in France. PSG definitely don't need him as an attacking option. Monaco or selling club don't need him. Maybe there's a team in France and he just takes a pay cut. But because I mean, the whole issue with, and Southampton have scored. All right, fair enough. I mean, that's just because he has short arms, man. He has such small arms. He really. So, okay. You know what? Well, hold on. My notes just dropped. Sorry. All right. Fair enough. You know what? Southampton, if you prove me wrong, I'll be excited. Adam Armstrong scored. Yo, who remembers him from FIFA? You don't know how many times. Him, for some reason, who was the guy from, hold on. Give me like 1 second. I need to put a place right on my notes. Hold on. All right. I need to figure this out. Hold on. Sorry, I know. Portsmouth. Charlie Chaplin. No, not Charlie Chaplin. Something Chaplin, right? Hold on. Bro, I'm finding this. You're not gonna stop me. Connor Chaplin, bro. Who remembers this man? I don't know why that he just came into my head because I mean Portsmouth needs one to rebuild, and we're talking about Southampton. Southampton's big rivals with Portsmouth. Bro, who remembers Connor Chaplin? Oh, he was so sick because Adam Armstrong, like he was another one that was, it was another one that you'd always get recommended to. So I don't know. You know what? Fair enough. Everton need to step up the game. There's also. Did anyone also see? And I know again but another one of those English strikers that were decent at FIFA at one point. Ben Brereton is now Chilean. It's like it's just. Look this up. Ben Brereton. I will put it in the chat. Let me just make sure to get the. Sorry. Let me. But he's now. I believe it's Ben. Yeah. Here. I'll put this link. Hold on. I'm putting a link in the chat. Check that out. That's not edited. That's not anything. He made his debut for Chile. Like I believe in the Copa America. Like I think he played in the Copa America. So we've had 3 teams score already. We've had 3 out of the 5 games at least getting a goal. I think Wolves, Chelsea. So the games that I said would draw are not drawing at all. Yeah. So Ronan, what's up? Sorry. Always like to. I love talking to the chat. So if you guys want to put in, don't do anything stupid. Don't put anything stupid, but put in whatever you want to talk. Like legit, any topic you want to talk about that's containing the soccer, basketball, even football. I'll talk about. Put it in. I'll talk about it. Yeah. So okay, Aubameyang. That was another one. Saul. It's a difficult. I think, in my opinion, I think Saul goes to Liverpool. I don't want him to go to Liverpool because he would be insane. I think Klopp would do wonders with him, but I think that's what's going to happen. I think that's what's going to have to kind of happen because United aren't going for a midfielder for the rest of the. I thoroughly believe they're not going to be able to sign him. They don't need him. That like the fit is not going like they would need him if almost when, but if Pogba left, that's how they're going to need him. But they need a defensive midfielder. We saw that with the first goal against Leeds. Like they need a defensive midfielder. But yeah, I think in my opinion, I would have to say Saul is probably the one to really. I mean, he's a team changer. He's one of the better understood and underrated midfielders in the league because no one talks about him. No one talks about him at all. Like as one of the better midfielders in the world, and he has been for the past couple of years. Same thing with Oblak, and I'll stick to this. I have some sympathy with Atletico Madrid, so that's why I'm saying this. But Oblak and Saul, in my opinion, are 2 of the best of their position. I even still hold that Oblak is the best of his position. Like I still believe that. Sorry, let's get back on topic. Oh, okay. Chelsea have just scored. Big shock. Marcos Alonso. Can anyone tell me how Marcos Alonso has survived? Because remember, he seemed to be kind of the fall. He had a great season under Antonio Conte, and then he seemed to kind of falter and kind of get out of favor whoever was in charge. And I'm surprised he wasn't sold. But I mean, if you look at the stats, Chelsea have dominated. 6 shots on target to no shots on target for Crystal Palace. 69% possession. versus 31, 206 passes, 91% pass accuracy, only 2 fouls, and 4 corners. Chelsea deserve it again in front of this game, and I think that's more than obvious when it comes to his when it comes to that. I mean, I don't know. So the last game to actually go scoreless is Leicester versus Wolves, which is surprising. Leicester have statistically dominated the game. I can't tell you off the eye. I can't really watch. But yeah, Leicester have dominated the game. 68% possession, 3 shots, 2 on target. About 100. I'm gonna get this. 112 or 122 more passes than Wolves. 88% pass accuracy. More fouls that they've conceded. 2 offside and one corner. Yeah, but I look. I will have to say, I'm very surprised. Again, as a fan of Patson Daka, I was very surprised to see that that was the team. That's the final game to go scoreless. Well, there is a penalty shout for Everton. I don't think it's a penalty. I think Richarlison probably made the most of it. I would say that Richarlison probably made the most of it, and yeah, he got caught for diving. So it happens. It happens. 30 minutes into this game, actually. Yeah, no one trips him. I mean, I get it. Romeo. All right, who remembers the time that Romeo was linked to Barcelona? And everyone was looking like, yeah, that's solid. What? There's a reason why after that he just stayed in Southampton. There's a reason. Because he's half the player that everyone, I guess, thought he was at that time. But yeah, moving forward with more transfer news. Barcelona have been finally able to register the summer signings. I don't even know what to make of Barcelona anymore. I wanted to do so many videos talking about it, but I think you're just beating a dead horse at this point. But Memphis Depay, good signing, and Eric Garcia. They've only been able to register Memphis Depay and Eric Garcia. Sorry. Those two are good signings. I mean, Eric Garcia, I don't see much in him, but he is young, so maybe he can get molded into something. But Memphis Depay, I mean, he's proven in Ligue 1. He had some pretty good starts, pretty good parts of his campaign with United, so I don't blame it. Manchester City forward Raheem Sterling believes the club's $100 million signing Jack Grealish will reinvigorate his own career at the club. Don't blame him. Either. I don't blame him, but also it might kick him out. Even though I will say Pep Guardiola favors Raheem Sterling over most people. So I don't know if he will get kicked out for that kind of stuff. Manchester United completed a deal for Rafael Varane. That is known. He got announced today. I was like, you know what? That was a great announcement, by the way. That was a great announcement. It's because those like unveilings and all that kind of stuff is a lot better. What? This can't be real. So, okay, according to ESPN, former UFC lightweight champion Khabib Nurmagomedov, I'm going to try that, who retired from mixed martial arts in last October, has signed for third-tier Russian side FC Legion Dynamo. In January, he revealed his intentions to transition to football, tweeting that he was preparing for his debut in the sport and ready to accept offers. Legion Dynamo, who play in the third-tier Russian professional football league and a third in competition this summer, announced a signing on Instagram with the photo of Nurmagomedov shaking the hand of a club official. What? So Khabib is now a okay. I'm not even into like I'm not even in that kind of stuff. I'm not even into like MMA and all that stuff. But like, what the hell? Like, what did I just read? What did I just read? Man, it's 2020. Khabib's a soccer player right now. You know what I mean? Khabib, like, I'm not. Look, I'm sure the man can do anything, right? I'm not like judging him off of that. Ding Yang's got a free kick pretty close to the goal. I'm not judging him off of that, right? I'm not. But that is insane. That is insane that Khabib is now a soccer player for the third tier of the free kick got knocked into the wall, by the way. For the third tier of the third tier Russian football team. I'm done with 2021. I am so done. Like, there's nothing that can surprise me anymore after reading that. Really, I can't. I'm almost crying. That's hilarious. But let's go into more transfer talk. Real Madrid manager Carlo Ancelotti has denied that Martin Odegaard's omission from the squad is because he will be leaving. Of course, I mean, you can't really say that, number one. And number two, I think Ancelotti's probably going to look at Odegaard as a guy for the future, a guy for the future, and a guy for someone moving forward. I can't look. The thing is, he's 22. Again, when you're around FIFA that long, he's not 22, but he is 22. Odegaard is linked with a return to Arsenal. Sources say that Madrid would be willing to accept 45 million, which to me, if you're going to spend upwards of 60, 70 million on James Maddison, then, I mean, 45 million for a player that could be better than him, it is pretty comparable to him. It is a great deal. So I don't know. That's how I look at it, at least. But I mean, I could see that. I could see them going after him, but still, I mean, the deadline is September 2nd. It's coming up. I know you might not realize it, but it is coming up. Also, I want to give a shout out to Pau Torres for let me just read this headline. Tottenham Hotspur has made a 50 million offer of Villarreal's Pau Torres, but the center back has turned down the move because he wants to play in the Champions League. That is unbelievable. No, I don't think you deep the levels of that. Pau Torres, United signed it. United wanted him. Real Madrid, I think he's the heir apparent to Sergio Ramos, from the reports that we've heard. Pau Torres, 50 million offer from Villarreal. Apparently, that could have been enough. Villarreal were willing to consider Spurs' bid. Cadena SER claimed that later in, I believe, Friday, Torres, who helped Unai Emery's team win the Europa League last season, I shouldn't have said that out loud. I'm going to get really sad now. Turned down the move and would prefer to take the next step with them in the Champions League. Tottenham are in the mud. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't even know what to make of that anymore. Imagine a player turning down a move, bro. Could it be us? Could it be United? Sorry, I'm riding on a high. They just, you know what I mean? They just, oh, okay. Apparently, there was a free kick from Alonso. Let's watch this. Oh, Jesus, what a free kick. Yeah, okay. Marcos Alonso scored an amazing free kick. That's how he gets on the score sheet. That and also driving down the... Oh, wait, I said driving. I should not have put Marcos Alonso and driving in the same sentence, but here we are. Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp said he's puzzled by United's transfer business. I'm not surprised with the setting power. Shut up, Jurgen. Okay, Jurgen Klopp, oh, okay. I don't know how they do. Okay, never mind. But I read that wrong. I don't know how they did it. Our transfer window was so much better than everyone else's. Yeah. No, but Klopp is such a whiner at times. I get it. He's going through a really struggle. He was going through really difficult time in his life. Whatever. That's fine. Like, that's fine. But even after that, he was complaining about United getting too many penalties, and all of a sudden, all the penalty shouts that were actually penalties didn't go through. And like, I don't know. To me, that's. And then after that, and then the whole thing with Sean Dyche, where he basically, excuse my language, pussied away from him. I mean, it really was. And just like that, it's been an hour. Oh, I'm exhausted. It's been an hour on the back, and it's been an hour on the live. Hope y'all are still enjoying it. Yeah. I mean, it is insane. It really, truly is. Everton. Yeah. Sorry. I'm all over the place again. Tired. So let's actually, I was gonna hold this until halftime, but let's go into predictions for the top 6. Now, if you look at it, my prediction is Man United and Brentford, and then Burnley and Chelsea, just because that's the top 6. No, I'm kidding, but let's start off with the top 4. I think the top 4 is easy because it's 4 teams. It's a 4-team race, but I think it's really easy to see who. Number 4, I got Liverpool. 3, I got United. 2, I've actually got City. And I'll explain why in a little bit, but 2, I've got City, and then 1, I've got Chelsea. I think Chelsea, with the signing of Romelu Lukaku, will win the league because Romelu Lukaku is a transcendent player, and in my opinion, is one of the best players in the Premier League already because we already know how skilled and talented he is. Moving on from that, and I think the 5-6 is something very interesting because 5, I think, is somewhat easy. I think Leicester are going to take 5. They can creep into the top 4. I think it'll be Liverpool versus Leicester. But I think Leicester can creep into the top 4. But I will say, I think they're going to finish 5th. And then after that, excuse me, Jesus. There's a whole host of teams that I think can make it. West Ham are one that people are looking at. Aston Villa, another one. Then Everton. Now, I think I told my brother Everton because I think how defensively structured they're going to be with Rafa Benitez as their manager. I think that will really help them out. But with that being said, I will say that I think I don't think they're going to make it. And then it comes down to West Ham or Aston Villa. And it's picking against 2 teams that I really don't believe in. So, I mean, I'd have to say Aston Villa just because I think that, creatively they're devoid of it. They're devoid of any creativity. Sorry. But with not with Aston Villa, with West Ham, I think that they're the same thing. They're devoid of any attacking talent, and they're devoid of any attacking prowess moving forward, especially in the midfield. I don't know how they're going to line up, and I don't know how well they're going to play. And also, just one more thing, I do believe if I look at this, so I'm hold on, I do believe I'm gonna go to the Man United lineup real quick just to check this one out. Yeah, Jesse Lingard wasn't even in the squad. There's no reason why Jesse Lingard's at that team. By the way, there's no reason. He should not be in United's team. That's my opinion on it. It's difficult to say who's going to get over who because at this point, I don't know if any of the attacking prowess or any of the attacking skill is going to be enough. I really truly don't. I'm speaking to myself right now, but that's fine. I'm going to end this at halftime because I'm exhausted. Sorry, I know it's a bit underwhelming, but it is what it is. I kind of screwed myself anyways. So it's 10:43. Nice. Yeah. So that's the top 6. I think bad up at the bottom 3, which is also called relegation. I would have to say, looking at it, let me go back to the table. I'm not judging my ideas based off the table, but looking at it, I would have to say Norwich are down, in my opinion. I know, again, you could talk about Rashika and all that kind of stuff. I don't believe in him. I don't believe that he'll just be the one guy. He might be a good Buendia replacement, but still. Burnley might, but I don't know about that. Watford have scored again, and Chelsea have scored again, and Leicester have scored. Wow, a lot just happened. Jamie Vardy, because of course that man just is a beast. Jamie Vardy scores for Leicester. Watford at a second again. What did I say? Aston Villa. Not, and it is Ismaila Sarr. Of course, it is Ismaila Sarr. He is someone who I think we should all look at and kind of get really excited about. Chelsea, Christian. Hold on. I've got rap game, Christian Pulisic. Thank you, Jack Harlow. Christian Pulisic adds a second for Chelsea. So every team scored so far. Finally. Happy about that. And so, yeah, Norwich definitely down. I would say Southampton, even though they are winning at Everton, I don't really see it. I get tactically, but I think Southampton, I believe Southampton are probably down. And then it comes down to Burnley or Brighton for me. It genuinely does. I don't think Newcastle are down. Actually, no. Hold on. Crystal Palace. It'll be easier. Burnley and Brighton, I think, always find a way to not get relegated. I think Brighton would be the other team that would get relegated if they didn't. But I'm going to say Crystal Palace. I get it. Look, they have so many class players, but I don't know if I believe in Patrick Vieira as much as I would believe in a guy like Roy Hodgson to keep him up. Because Roy Hodgson has done it before. I mean, Patrick Vieira hasn't really proven anything as a manager. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't know. That's my opinion on it. I don't think he's done much as a manager to number one, get a Premier League job. I think he's done a lot as a player. He's been one of the better midfielders the Premier League's ever seen. But sorry, that was a joke. I got some stuff in my throat. Pause. But still, exhausted. I'm exhausted. So yeah, that's my bottom three. I guess since I am gonna end this like a bit early because I'm beat. I'm sorry. I'm so beat right now. Yeah, excuse me. I will say I do think that if you're looking at underrated teams and overrated teams, underrated team, I might not end this early just because something might happen at halftime, just in case. Underrated teams, I'm gonna have to go again. Watford, to me, underrated as hell because I think everyone's gonna look 3 up, 3 down. They're gonna go down as well. Underrated to me in that opinion, in that mark. I think they're really going to do that. I think they're really gonna win. Tottenham might be a little underrated, but because of they still have a very solid squad. I think it's coming down to the manager, and I think Nuno can do a job. Like I'm not that worried. I don't know. Maybe I'm naive to the situation, but I'm not as worried in that regard. But I don't know. That again, my opinion. Leicester again controlling possession. They just changed the Leicester game. So Leicester controlling possession against Wolves. Wolves is going to be another team that's going to struggle. They don't have Nuno. I like the signings that they did make, but what the signing they got someone on loan. Hold on, I'll find this one out. They got Trincao on loan. And it's really exciting. It's exciting to see him in the Premier League. Adama Traore, we're going to talk about overrated, underrated. Overrated as hell. So what? He's huge. So what? The dude's got pace for days. The dude can't score. He doesn't do anything to a team. And maybe he'll prove me wrong this season, but I know I'm right. Again, remember when he was linked to a move to Man City? World's crazy place, man. World is a crazy place. Burnley Brighton is Burnley Brighton still going on? I mean, everyone's basically to halftime. So let's just do a really big recap of the day. Man City haven't played yet. Man United, sorry. Again, very exhausted. 1-5-1 against Leeds. If you want me to talk about that a little bit more or a little bit more in depth, I did watch that game. Again, why am I exhausted? Man, I did win 3-1 against 5-1 against Leeds. Leicester won 1-0 against Wolves. Very exciting stuff. They didn't win. It's halftime. They're up 1-0 against Wolves. Chelsea have 2-0 against Crystal Palace. Watford are up 2-0 against Aston Villa. Again, predicted it. Everton are losing 1-0 to Southampton, and Burnley are winning 1-0 against Brighton. That's fun, right? My expectation for each game, I'm just going to go in and quickly read this out. I think Leicester are going to hold on here. They have dominated possession. They've dominated the game. They haven't really given Wolves an opportunity to score. Or they haven't really given an opportunity to score, but they haven't really given Wolves any sort of space or any sort of anything to be able to fully attack. I mean, they've gotten 3 shots off, but none of them were on target. They were, yeah, I'm exhausted. I'm sorry, guys. I'm beat. I won the stage for the rest of the thing, but I'm exhausted. Hopefully some will stay up. We will make more videos on some of this stuff. We will make more videos on the Premier League when we get to tomorrow, and especially all that kind of stuff, when we'll just round up the day and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so let's quickly just kind of finish out the predictions for each team for the rest of the game. Chelsea versus Crystal Palace. I think this holds. Chelsea have been by far the better team, by far the more dominant side. I mean, they're up 2-0, and the other team and Crystal Palace hasn't even mustered a shot. Like, not even a shot on target, just a shot. Like, you can't win like that. Watford, Aston Villa. Watford again. I'm saying it. Watford are going to shock a lot of people this year, in my opinion. I just timed out my brother. That's great. Sorry. I know I sound like a dolphin. Everton, Southampton. I think Southampton are actually going to give up the lead. I think Everton are going to come out after making some changes and draw. I think this is going to be a draw. I think Everton are going to pull one back at least. And then Brighton versus Burnley. I'm still saying this is going to be a draw. Nah, you know what? Actually, screw that. Burnley are winning this. You can't give a goal early to Burnley and not have a quality team. You just can't. You just can't. Here, you know what? I'm going to make a poll. Burnley versus I can't type, sorry. Burnley versus boom. Oh wait. Boom, ask community. Vote, guys. I believe it's up somewhere. I believe it's up. So go ahead and vote on that, and we'll see. Burnley versus Brighton. It is up just now. Go vote on it. We have just now all that kind of stuff. I can't make another poll, which kind of sucks. We have Burnley going for 100%. All right. I only got one vote. Still. I mean, this is a class free. They're just showing the Chelsea free kick. This is a class free kick from Marcos Alonso. He's very good at dead ball situations. And then, good one too, Mason Mount. And then, the goalkeeper spills. Guaita, I believe. That's the goalkeeper name. Guaita just spills it. And with the American scoring, the Americans leaving. Burnley go with it. Yep, told you guys. I'm going to have to sign off. I'm exhausted. This has been a lot of fun doing this again. I will do this hopefully one more time before I leave. So, yeah, thank y'all. I mean, that's a foul. Sorry, Tarkowski absolutely bullied his defender there. Sorry. And Burnley have had so many chances. Oh my God. How have they not scored more? Burnley could be like 3-0 up against Brighton. Sorry. Thank y'all so much for watching. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Hopefully we'll do these more. The channel is going insane right now. Thank y'all so much. That means so much. We do a lot of work for this, so thank you guys. A lot. It means like genuinely a lot. So see y'all in the next video.